Hello, everyone. This is Jay Ritter, and welcome to what will be the city of Howard Shores. Some of you know me as a person that does a virtual trucking channel. As a matter of fact, I would say most of you watching probably know this channel for that. But today we're doing something completely different and with a completely new series. I still plan on doing the trucking videos. American Truck Simulator is one of my favorite games, but it was time I brought in some of my other favorite games, and this one being City Skylines. I've always been an avid fan of city builders. I used to play SimCity 4 and SimCity 2000, 3000, the original SimCity, just for endless hours. And I've always been a person that created little towns and cities in my head. When I was a kid, I would draw maps of cities that I made up. So these games just kind of naturally speak to me. Anyhow, so we're going to get started today. As you saw in the intro, this is a water-based map. It has a good bit of water on it. It's also just very beautiful. The name of the map is Liberty Springs, and I got it off the workshop, and you see the creator's name in that intro. I'm not going to attempt to say it and butcher it. I will put a link to it in the description. So if you want to start building on this map in your play of City Skylines, you can find it there. This is going to be a modded build, and will basically have unlimited money. It's a little different than it used to be with this game. I'm using the Game Anarchy mod for that as opposed to the built-in mod. But for me, it's just to allow more freedom and creativity. Nothing wrong with playing it the way it's quote-unquote meant to be played with, the budget constraints or whatever. And I don't plan on going crazy. There will be some things that I'll build that will be bigger. Like I plan on building a power complex that will be bigger than what I initially need. And if I was playing with the money turned on, I would definitely have to start way smaller. But otherwise, I am going to try to still keep it as real as possible. This will become a large city, or at least I hope it will. So, I plan on building a very large urban area. But, of course, today we're going to start small. And where we're going to start is right here. This is why we stopped our grand tour here. There's this lovely little inlet. And I was just looking at it, and I was thinking, this would make a nice little fishing village. I believe, eventually downtown will probably be over here one day. And a lot of this area will probably wind up getting urbanized. But so they're nestled in with all the urban activity going on. We'll have a nice little fishing village where this all started. So that's my plans for today. I do believe I told you the name of the city is Howard Shores. The first name of my father was Howard, and so I don't know, it just had a nice ring to it. So Howard Shores it will be. Anyways, let's get to building our fishing village. And as our camera went kind of crazy there. So, like I said, this is going to be a modded build, and when I start building this village, you'll see me use various mods. I have Move It, Network Multi-Tool, all the usuals, all the suspects, Traffic Manager, and what have you. And some of you who have not played City Skylines might be like, well, what is that? Well, this could be a 2-hour video of just me describing all the mods. So I'll try to explain some of them as I go along, or as I build something when I'm finished, I'll tell you what I used and why. I'll try my best. I've attempted to do this already a couple of times before, and found out that if I describe a little too much what's going on, these videos will go for 2 hours, and that is just too long, especially for an unknown city builder such as myself. But anyways, let's get to building our fishing village. I think this cove here is going to be a great spot. The map maker left this tail of a road coming in here. The freeway ends here, and we got this nice little road coming in. I eventually envision this road. It's going to get smaller through here when going through town. I eventually envision this road kind of coming up a cut here in the hill and coming over, going back under the freeway here, and winding around to our future downtown area. Maybe winding around to meet there as well, or there will be some sort of connection. And just all of this growing. We probably won't build the road over the hill today. That'll be for another day. Yeah, so that is sort of the vision I have for here. So let's get to work. First thing I'm going to need to do is I want to do a little bit of landscaping. We got our level terrain tool here. And then I'm going to up my brush size just a little. And I'm going to come down here. And I'm actually going to unpause the game because we're going to be terraforming near water. And it likes to go crazy. But actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take out these trees. Which I have a comment on the trees here in a little while. I'll get to that eventually. Hopefully in this video, so don't leave you hanging or forget about it. But anyways, I just wanted to clear those out so I can kind of see a little better what I'm up to. And so this would be okay, but I feel like this is a little high for the edge of the water. So, and then also this is kind of an interesting feature, but for the fishing village, I'm probably going to fill this in a little. So we're going to do a little terraforming. And I want this to be at a lower height. So I'm probably going to pick that contour line right there. And then we're going to start bringing this down and flattening this out a little. All right, let's get this done. Okay, we got a nice pad here for our fishing industry. And as you can see, the water came flooding in a little bit here and there, but that's okay. You know, and that's why we started doing this with the game running, because it gives it time to kind of, you know, get over it, stop flooding everything and freaking out. And so, you know, now we got this nice pad set up here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to put in some key walls around this. And then on top of that, that is where we will place our fishing harbors. So let's get to that. Let's go here. And for this, I'm just going to use the vanilla key. And we're going to build us a nice little key wall around this spot right here. Okay, and so we got our key wall put in. I'm going to take a look right here. That's actually not too bad. I don't mind that too much. I might change my mind later. So yeah, so I terraformed and got that shelf built, and then we put our key wall around. Then I came back in with my landscaping tools, and if you notice, there was like land up against the wall here. And this is a little low, as you can see by the water that is right here. I don't know. I might bring all of this up just a notch. So let's, this is really the height I want right here. Looks like the key wall lowered everything. So I'm going to do a little trick. I was going to say, and then I made everything the same height using Move It. And I'm about to do the same. I'm going to do that just so I have a node to pick. And let's change the heights of these key walls. Okay, I already got everything selected. Hit Control H. Select this node. Looky there. Brought everything up just a little bit. Alright, we don't want this road here. It's just there for, oops, for my use. So, yeah, that looks a little better. You can actually see the top of the wall. Let's put in some fishing harbors. So I'm going a little bit out of order here. Typically you play this game. I'm using the 81 tiles mod, which unlocks the entire map. So you can start building anywhere. And usually you start on a single tile. I believe the start square for this map is over here, which is a pretty cool start square, actually. This would be a fun place to build a little town to get started, and we will. We will build a little town there. That will be later become a neighborhood. And then usually you put in generic industry, generic commercial, generic residential, whatever, and you just kind of get your game going before you start thinking about the special stuff. Like what I'm doing today, I'm putting in a fishing industry. Usually that's sort of not middle of the game, but toward the end of the beginning of the game is when you start thinking about, oh, I have the industries DLC. I'm going to build an ore mine or a forestry, or I got Sunset Harbor and I'm going to build a fishing industry. Usually get the game going, but I just kind of want to do this now and do it a little different and establish that this is a fishing village here. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go into, actually I'm going to turn this on, and we're going to go into my fishing industry menu here. I got a couple of marinas off the workshop that we're going to use eventually, probably right here in this village. But if you look, we have a legend here: anchovy, salmons, shellfish, tuna. This map pretty much just has the anchovy and salmon. This is based off the water depth. It doesn't really matter. I don't believe that it affects how much money you get from the industry or whatever. It's just basically sort of dictates what harbor you put in. And we can just pretend it's whatever. If we're pretending this is which I haven't really decided on the exact location. This kind of looks like Pacific Northwest, so maybe salmon would be appropriate. But if we decide this was New England, this might say Anchovy Harbor, but that's just what the game says. We could say, oh yeah, this is lobster fisherman, whatever. So it's all up to your imagination. And so the funny thing about this, in vanilla, I'm actually going to turn this back off now. Hang on. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, so think about this game, vanilla, or the vanilla version is, okay, I'm going to put this here just for right now. This is our generic fishing harbor. This will get anything. Number one, thanks to mods, this is already at a much better spot than the vanilla game would put it. The vanilla game would put this sticking way up and would just look kind of ridiculous. Also, these assets come with a road already attached to them, and so do some of the others, like the train stations and what have you. And that can be annoying because say I want to place an anchovy harbor or salmon harbor right next to this. It interferes, right? You got that big old road piece in the way. So what I'm going to do is I have this placed. Now I'm going to go into a mod, one of the best mods in my opinion, Network Multi-Tool. And you can do a lot with this, and you will be seeing me use this mod a lot. This one and this guy right here, Move It, are some of the most valuable mods you can get if you want to play this game modded. So I'm going to go into Network Multi-Tool. That road is attached to this building. The game, it's not a separate piece. However, I'm going to go to this tool right here in my Network Multi-Tool, unlock segment mode. I'm going to unlock it, hit my bulldozer, bam, no more road. Now here's the thing. I'm actually going to pause the game because I don't have power or water or any of that built right now. Here's the thing. You see that one that says T or whatever? It's griping at me. It's saying, I don't have a road. And this asset needs a road. Most assets do. It needs a road with it. For, to haul trash out, for the workers to get there, for to haul the fish out of there in this case, what have you. But we'll just build our own road by it, and it'll be happy once I do that. But first, I'm going to get this slid over here just a little, and then we're going to get it adjusted. I'm going to just kind of keep hitting page. Okay, now you can see our key wall poking through. I'm using Move It. I'm going to hit page up. That looks good. And I might bring this just a little further forward. Let's move it up. Okay, that's the edge of the key wall. Let's put it about right there. And See, using Move It, using mods, I've lowered this down. I got rid of that silly road that we don't want. We want to use our own road. And look at that. Doesn't that just look nice? Like, it's a reasonable height with the water. Slid up against that quay wall real nice. Okay, I'm going to build a couple more. I'm going to grab the anchovy harbor and the salmon harbor. And we're going to place them. I might place them somewhere over here. And then we're going to do our thing and get them placed in here the way I want them. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, we have our fishing harbors placed. I put the anchovy harbor here, the salmon one here, and the general one here. If you remember looking at that map, the salmon is kind of in this straight right here. So I figured it'd be easy to send the boat straight out and then back over to here. This anchovy harbor can explore over here, and this general one, which will only pick up anchovy for the most part, kind of loop it around here. So let's draw in our fishing routes. Okay, fishing routes are drawn. Let's get some roads in here to support. Turn my notification icons back on so I know that we are truly connected. So let's get some roads in here. Okay, first I'm going to start off with a gravel road. They're not going to stay gravel roads for very long, but this basic gravel road is a really good sort of planning road. It's good for sketching in kind of what you want. And for here, honestly, I might do another little network multi-tool trick. So I have my dirt road selected. I'm going to go to this one right here, create parallel mode. And then I'm going to go to my key wall. And I'm going to select this node. And then I'm going to select this node. And we're going to hit the tab button because that is absurd. There we go. And then I'm going to hit the minus button. And I think that's about as close as we can get it. And I'm going to hit enter. Look at that. Looking good. So then I'm also going to see where this road comes out if I bring it straight out. I'm just going to do this. Okay. I'm going back to my snap twos. I'm going to find road guidelines. And honestly, I don't even know if I really need them. I'm just going to bring this straight in. It won't be a perfect 90, but it won't be bad either. So we got that. Okay, let's do a little work here. So this road is really nice, but I'm actually going to narrow it up a bit and I'm going to narrow it up a little further back. I'm using the big urban roads. It's a pack I really like. I'll go ahead and do this piece as well. So yeah, we have that and this piece. I think we'll bring it through town this way. And then I'm going to bring it back a little ways. For some reason I wanted to go underground there. Or look like it was underground. That's okay. So yeah, now we have this in here. And I think this is going to give us a little more room to breathe. All right, I'm going to build out some more roads. Okay, we've got these roads built out, and I noticed this is still giving me a fishing route error, so let's take a look at that. What is the dealio? Well, not quite sure why it's not recognizing it. I don't know. That's something we have to figure out. We might have to bulldoze it and redo it or whatever. Anyways, so I'm going to do a little temporary work now. We're going to need power and we're going to need water. Eventually, I have plans to build a big power plant facility. That will probably be the next episode. But today we just need power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a windmill. This is not going to be a permanent fixture, I do not believe. Over in here, I'm going to build a very large power plant. But, you know, yeah, I'm actually going to eschew the green energy for, you know, for a power plant, but just because it looks cool. And then I'm going to bring down a power line, and this is going to be somewhat of a temporary measure just to get the ball rolling. And the power line running down here will certainly be temporary, just to get power to our facilities for the moment. And then we're going to need water and we're going to need sewer. So for now, I'm also just going to place a water tower anywhere, doesn't really matter. It's going to need a pipe. Just turn this view back on. I'm just going to bring this straight down for the time being. And we're going to do something different with the water as well. But let's get it put in there. Okay, so we got water under the road. Now let's, which I'm a big watcher of City Planner Plays, and as you probably know, he is an advocate. He's the one that is known for saying water pipes go under the road where they belong, and I agree. This is also going to be a temp measure. This is definitely going to be an industrial area in the future, but this is not where I want my sewer treatment plant. But for right now, it's where my sewer treatment plant's going to live. So I'm just going to run a little road out, and then I'm going to, I like the advanced inland treatment water plant, and then let's get it hooked up, because if you do not have sewer service in your city, it will kill your city quickly. Your the drinking water becomes poisoned and everybody dies. So, got to get that in there. Doesn't have to be a sewer plant. It can also just be an outlet. Yeah, I could just put an outlet in the water and nice brown poop water will come right out. So I placed that further away than I probably needed to, but at least we won't have like poop pollution seeping into our fishing harbor. That would not be good. And then I'm going to bring power over to it, because it's going to need power. And honestly, I could probably hit play now. We'll see. And once again, this is very temporary. This is just to get us going, this power line building. Just going to bring it straight to it. As I said, probably building our power complex next episode, which will also include a sewer complex. And, yeah, oh, did it stop complaining? Looks like it might have stopped complaining. Alright. We got some boats headed out. Alrighty. Sweet. And apparently unmanned jet ski. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so we got fishing, but we don't have any citizens. First things first, I'm going to take care of something that drives me crazy. This game loves to give you a red light. You intersect any road with any road. I feel like you could have a four-way dirt road intersection. It wants to put a red light in. We're going to do just a little bit of... Which a stop sign here is probably overkill, but I don't know. Just feels right. So this will be the through road. Yeah. But I don't know. Let's get some housing in here. Let's get some commercial activity. Let's get it going. So I'm looking here. Let's see what kind of length do we have. We have 21. All right. I definitely envision some houses back in here. And as a matter of fact, why don't we start building our town back in here? What is the length here? 20. Perfect. So let's go up. Let's see here. Turn our angle back on. And I'm going to build out a little street grid here. Alright, let me go back in here, get rid of all the red lights and insist that I should have. Make that stop sign. And once again, this is prioritizing that this is the through road. And you've seen this, right? You've come into small towns where you're on like a state or US highway and you come to a 90-degree intersection and you think that it would go straight, but it's like you make that sharp right, that 90-degree right, or 90-degree left, or whatever. And that's how the main highway continues. So that's what we got going on here. Alright, even without citizens, our fishing village, they are fishing dutifully. Let's get some water in here. Underneath the road where it belongs, like City Planner says. Alright. It does look nice, though, when you put it on the roads like that, at the very least. Okay, so we're going to want a little residential in here. I have a tool called Zoning Adjuster, and I believe I'm going to use it because I have an asset I want to use, and I want it to fit a certain way. And the Zoning Adjuster, basically it takes the zoning off of one side of the road or the other. There we go. Well, no, it's not quite what I wanted. Let's see here. Although maybe I'll just take it off altogether and we'll deal with it when the time comes. Okay, that's good. Had stepped away for a second. Had a text I needed to answer. The personal life of Jay Ritter. Anyhow, I have an asset I want to use for housing. I got these. They're kind of row houses, kind of not. They're part of a Richmond, Virginia series. I'm going to take these trees out. Bye-bye trees. They're part of this Richmond, Virginia series. I'm going to pause again. By a... I was going to say a fella, but I don't know. A creator named Gilded Age. And let's see. Actually, these are Rico. They're not growable, so I'll have an easier time finding them in the Rico menu. These right here, the Richmond, Virginia detached house. And we also have some duplexes. And I don't know, I feel like they'll look real nice by a fishing village. So... honestly, I was going to put those here, but I think these might actually look better as some of the housing I put down here. So we'll get back. We'll get back to this grid. Let's go put in a road down here real quick. There we go. All right, let's get our houses put in. I want to put in some of these houses here. These Richmond houses. Got 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. So I'm just going to kind of mix it up a little. And this is why we did our zoning adjustment. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got our houses in here. I'm put this row of duplexes across here. Feel like, you know, back in the day when these fishing companies established this little spot here, you know, you got this sort of universal housing almost for the fishermen and their families, you know, and so we got it lined up here. Through here, I'm probably going to put a little bit of commercial. And if you notice during the time lapse, I actually want to put some more houses right here. You notice during the time lapse, at first I didn't have first I was using the wider streets, and I decided to go with the more narrow versions. And then I also cut through here just to break up the block a little. and provide a little visual interest, and it's probably actually better for the residents here. I don't like this spacing right here. I'm going to see if I can do something about that. Let's just pick buildings and move it here, and then see if we can... That did not do what I wanted it to do. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to just move these over ever so slightly, and there'll be a little bit of a gap there, but maybe what we do is we just not choose that node. Oh, good grief. Sound like an episode of the Peanuts here. Good grief. What a blockhead. Okay. Let's kind of, yeah. Just a little check, you know, with that. Then I'm gonna take this one. I'm actually gonna clone it and move it and put it there on the end. That looks good enough. Close enough for government work, as my parents would say. All right, let's get these other ones in here. I just kind of like mixing up the various styles. Yeah, there we go. All right, so commercial. Right here, this could come to bite me. I want to use some of the Green Cities commercial. Some of the, like, it's like organic and local produce is what it's called. It doesn't like it when I use these early in the game. Usually you zone a whole area, or you draw a district and then you say zone it as just that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use find it, and we're going to go here to our growables, and here we go. So this is, you know, a fishing town, so I feel like any commercial that would be along here would likely be, you know, like fish markets. And there is a fish market asset, but it's kind of large, and this isn't going to be the only fishing on this map, because I don't know if you noticed, water. But so we're going to have the bigger fish market somewhere in the bigger part of town. So, but we can make our own little fish market. So we got, what we have here. And like some of these, it might be just a bit much, and it might complain at me, but we're going to give it a shot. I think we'll have like one corner here that is like actual shops. Like it looks like a neat little grocery store, you know. And you're out with the spouse and the kids, you know, and you go, it's like right there by the fishing docks, you know, there's these cool little seafood places. And you know, actually I'm actually going to go, and I believe it's from the University City DLC. What we have here, we have a couple little like ice cream parlor. No. There's a couple little like restaurants and bars that come with this. Let's kind of being a jerk about it right now. Oh, here we go. Zombie Lake Tap House. And maybe I want to be on the right corner. Wish it would stop doing that. That's okay. We'll just use a little bit of move it to take care of that. And there's another one too. Sky Bar Corner. That might be the one. And actually, there's another one too. Oh, I downloaded this little asset, Lobster Pot. Lobster Pot. It looks like that might be a cool little spot. Put the Lobster Pot right here on this corner. Good place you can get you a little bite, get you some vittles. I feel like it was maybe, hang on. Yeah. Catfish Cafe. I mean, you know, we got a fishing village here. Got a fish place. right here by the docks. Catfish Cafe. You know, and like one time maybe this was a little more run down, but they made it nice recently, you know. Let's see what else we find that just kind of fits in here. I'm going to find some commercial pieces, then we'll get back. Okay, we have our little commercial district in, got like a couple stores and a restaurant, and then these little farmers market things, which, you know, farmers market don't necessarily always have to be produce. Like, you know, you got your fish in here, you got, you know, some guys hawking some fresh fish. Which actually, I feel like farmers market would be a gravel lot and or dirt lot, and like a fish market would be like concrete. So I'm gonna do a little thing and let's see how it looks. Okay, so that was a fail because of the dirt. Well, yeah. So we're gonna go back to the gravel, my friends. Back to the gravel. Sometimes this game does not want you to do what you want to do. And sometimes you just kind of have to deal with it. You know, it's okay. And sometimes surface painter is a real thorn in your side. I think that's good enough. Maybe just out slight as we can. Yeah. A little bit of wavy on the sidewalks, okay. Put this in here. Okay. Alright, so we're going to need a few trees in here. Do have a forest brush. I had a forest brush. Maybe if I hit the right button. And we're going to take the size way down. We're going to take the strength way down. And we're just going to kind of get a little, see if we can get a little, okay, maybe the strength is a little too way down. Okay, so we're going to do this manually is what I'm saying. I don't want there to be a lot of trees through here, but I do want some. And maybe get a nice oak back in here. Maybe oak back in here is where the brush would make sense. A little tree covered spot there. Maybe if I turn on anarchy? No. Okay. So yeah, we'll just place a few trees. And honestly, I feel like a lot of this would be open. This is sort of the backyard for the duplexes. Maybe we just get like a nice line. Kind of like these horse chestnuts, even though for some reason they're like way smaller than they used to be. They're not supposed to be that small. Let's just manually place them, and we can do this as we maybe place, you know, place one there. Maybe put one of those oak trees. Whoa, that's huge. One of these oak trees here. Maybe another one right here. And then one of one of these little pines. Let's size that up just a little. Give these guys a little privacy off their back stoop, you know? Without blocking too much of the water views or any of that, we'll do the same here. Okay. Just make this look a little nicer too. Give them a nice big old oak tree right here. Hopefully it doesn't block views too much. We'll do one of these short pines right here. I like the short pine. It's a really nice asset. It's I think it's a Pidelmo asset. I wasn't sure if it was Mr. Mason or Pidelmo, I think is who it is. Yeah, that's a nice looking pine tree. So yeah, so we got the start of our fishing village here. And it's looking nice. Let's hit play and let this run. Let's check our water real quick. Make sure that everybody's got water. Everybody's got water. Oh, we need electricity to our water tower. Once again, temporary measures, folks. Temporary measures. We're gonna let the autosave do its thing, and we're gonna go like that. And that should power our little village here. It's getting off to a nice start. And this is just barely the beginning of said village, but I think we're getting close to a quitting point. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, there we go. They got water. Okay, I'm gonna take a look here. We've got a little park. Maybe we put a little park in. Maybe we put about right here, butting up against this residential, and see everybody likes that. All right, so we got a nice little park, and then what we're going to do here soon is we're going to come in. We're going to do some we'll detail all this even more. Right now we just kind of got some basic detailing, but we'll get this even more. I am going to do just a little bit more right here. One of those. Maybe nothing too drastic. We're gonna put up some trees. Oh yeah, I should have thrown in one of these cottonwoods here or there. Just kind of right there is good. I don't want to block view of the water too much, but you are looking at the fishing wharves too. But still, you know. So we're going to use prop line tool. We're going to use the young linden, which is a good tree for this sort of use. We're going to check our spacing because that just seems a bit absurd. Usually where prop line tools suggest, I like to increase it by 3. It seems to be the actual proper spacing, and we're just going to bring these straight across like so. Just gives that little bit of separation, and I might even put in a fence for the little farmer's market looking area here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn off all my snap twos. I'm just going to kind of run on this. Oh, I don't want to take out that path. Turn the angle back on so I get that straight. Yeah, and just sort of a like, you know, hey guys, you know, this is private residence here, man. That looks good. That looks good. And I think I'm going to get my ploppable concrete out, and we'll make little concrete pads behind all this. If it allows me to do it this time. It didn't like it when I tried to do it over there at the farmer's market. Or the fish market. Oh yeah, look at that. That's good. That's good stuff. This is a little more real. Garbage trucks come back in here, delivery trucks, you know. Imagine that'd be a day cab with a little bitty pup trailer in this case. I'm gonna try to get this. one more line of this. We're just going to kind of play for a minute here. Oh, wrong one. Put that over. Put this over like so. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. And so we have not even finished this village yet. We have all this over here. I think we're going to put in different style of houses over here. We'll probably do that next episode, and then hopefully we'll get to building our power plant. I've not come up with a name for this village yet. We haven't even drawn off a district for it yet. But it looks like it's going pretty well, and apparently there's a luxury yacht catching anchovy. It must be from those marinas I downloaded. I think that's what's going on. But hey, get you some. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with how this is looking. I think this is pretty sweet. I used to have a mod installed called Save My Ears, and when you zoomed in, you didn't get all this, which is a bit much. A little ambience is okay, but anyways, I'm happy with how this is turning out, and I hope you liked it. So we got our little fishing village here, and before you know it, we'll be building the city of Howard Shores. Hope you enjoyed your stay, and I will see you guys next time around where we'll finish this out, hopefully build a power plant. Everybody, have a great day. And this is Jay Ritter signing off.